rush. Hi, Basil, how's it going?
I'm absolutely marvellous. How are you, Mr. Dave?
Yes, well, you don't change a bit,
No, I don't. Do you know, I was in hospital once, Do you know that my dad was in hospital?
He wasn't.
He was, poor chap. He went down the garden last week to get a cabbage for our dinner. The knife slipped and he stabbed himself. Do you know what my mum did?
Oh, no, what?
Opened a tin of peas. You must be serious.
You've got to be serious.
Yes,
Basil.
I'm sorry.
You've been out of action for a little while, haven't you?
Yes. Well, my man's been a bit poorly. Yes, he's been...
All together now.
Dear. You can't name a fiver, can you,
No, you're skint again,
Yes,
are you?
absolutely. On the rocks.
Well, I'm afraid all I can give you is British Telecom shares. When they're on the way down, I can give you 100.
No, don't know those. No, thank you.
You have trouble with the telephone, do you, Basil?
Yes, I do, yes. Mm.
I have terrible trouble with my telephone. In fact, I've called in the receiver. No, please.
That gives me the opportunity to talk about George and Mildred.
Yeah.
First of all, a sad point, obviously, the late Youth of Joyce. But that was a very happy series for you, wasn't it, Brian?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because Youth I'd known for, I suppose about 25 years. And we worked together early days at Stratford East with Theatre Workshop. And so our friendship was much longer standing than suddenly the working relationship, which sprang... in fact, when we were cast, the people responsible for casting didn't know that we knew each other. And the producer cast, I think, Youther, and the writers thought of me without knowing that we both knew each other. And when we came together, it was just, like bacon and eggs. It was just one of those things that worked perfectly without us struggling or striving for it. And with that was sort of a real good stroke of fortune. And then, of course, we enjoyed the spin-off of George and Mildred. And it became so popular, we often used to look behind us at these people that everybody was waving and cheering at. We always thought they were somebody else. It was nice to suddenly realise it was us that they were cheering. But and then, of course, when Youther died, it's not only a partner, we lost a very dear, close friend.
Now, on the buses, we started in 1968 and did for 3 years, and it is still going around the world. But the payoff is that it became a cult in Canada. And they've got the writers, the original writers of On the Buses, to write a play about Arthur and Olive emigrating to Canada. So 10 days after this tour finishes, I fly to Canada, and we do this play for 6 weeks in Vancouver, a 6 weeks tour, and then almost certainly a television series out there of it. It's quite incredible, that series. It went all around the world, every single country in the world. And we're talking about 1968 when we did it. And it's, kids in the street come up to me and say, how's Olive? They weren't born when we did it.
The New Avengers. You played Gambit with Patrick Macnee's Steed and Joanna Lumley's Purdy. Marvellous programme.
Yeah, it was great fun to do that. It was 2 years. We did that over a 2-year period, and some in England, some in Canada, some in Paris, which was lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Had a great time. I haven't seen old Patrick now for about a year. I'd like to see him again.
Are you buddies?
Yes, we always remained friends. I see Jo. Jo used to live in the neck of the woods that I did, but she's recently moved. But we've kept in contact all this time, which is lovely. She's a great character.
Some of those stories, are tremendous, aren't they?
Yeah, they're lovely. I think the great thing about it was sort of the tongue-in-cheek situation that you have. You never really believe that anybody got killed or blown up or hurt in any way. I think that was the beauty of the programme. It had a lovely sort of tongue-in-cheek sort of thing to it, a bit like Batman, I suppose, except without the clothes. I think certainly the first black and white ones, I suppose, what you might call before their time. But the storylines were really, I thought they were great. They had that lovely sort of comic feel about them. As I said, you had a lot of action and things like that, but you never really believed that anybody got hurt.
I've been given opportunities on the stage that just haven't been given on television, unfortunately. However, perhaps when I'm 90, they would rediscover me.
Oh, I don't know. Look at the film successes that you've had. Some wonderful comedies.
Yes, but they
Jack,
were all the same sort of character, really, in a way. There were several differences. Live Now, Pay Later was one, where I was a little wife who couldn't keep up with payments and became very distressed, and I committed suicide in that. That was quite sad. I saw a clip of that about a year ago and it still made me cry. Up the Junction was another one where I played someone much older than my years then. And I think that's about it as far as different parts in films are concerned.
But you've appeared in many comedies. Do you get a bit tired of people saying, I saw you in that comedy film, I saw you in this comedy film? Would you prefer to be known as an all-round actress?
Well, I certainly am now on the stage. As far as people watching old films are concerned, yes, I do get tired of it because they were a long time ago. They were mainly the 60s and the early 70s when the British comedies particularly were, at their peak, and they were making a lot, 4 or 5 a year. And I was in quite a few of them. In fact, I made about 45 films in all.
Good grief.